As COP29 draws to a close, German Foreign Minister Baerbock has delivered impassioned comments on climate finance, attempting to portray the European Union as a loyal supporter of global climate justice. Yet, her rhetoric rings hollow in the face of glaring absences and historical realities. Where were the Western leaders, US President Joe Biden, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, and French President Emmanuel Macron during key negotiations? Their conspicuous absence signals a lack of true commitment. Instead of standing at the forefront of discussions on financing the fight against climate change, Western leaders have left the heavy lifting to ministers, all while refusing to fully acknowledge their historical and ongoing responsibility for environmental destruction. Europe's colonial history looms large over this debate. For centuries, European nations pillaged Africa and Asia for natural resources, leaving devastated ecosystems in their wake. Today, the exploitation continues under different guises, with countries like France still benefiting economically from their former colonies while ignoring the environmental costs. Baerbock's attempt to shift the burden of climate financing onto developing nations is a stark example of this hypocrisy. The Western bloc's proposed $300 billion annual contribution to climate finance until 2035 falls woefully short of the actual needs of vulnerable countries. Developing nations already bearing the brunt of floods, hurricanes, and other climate disasters are being forced to shoulder a crisis they did not create. If the West were genuinely committed to climate justice, its leaders would be present in Baku, leading negotiations with urgency and sincerity. Instead, their focus appears to be minimizing financial commitments while deflecting blame. The responsibility for centuries of unchecked pollution lies squarely with the global north, and no amount of diplomatic posturing can erase this fact. At COP29, the voices of developing nations resound with clarity. Climate justice demands accountability. It's time for the West to step up and deliver on its promises, not with half measures, but with meaningful action that reflects the scale of the crisis it has caused.